Good Friday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. This is your outlook for August 22nd, 2014. And we're going to have a few showers around today with a system pushing off to our southwest, and this is not going to be a all-day rain event. We're talking about just some scattered showers here. We're going to have an onshore flow today, an easterly wind that's going to be influencing some of these showers coming across the area here. But we're not talking about a widespread event with constant rainfall, just hit or miss rain showers, and not a big deal here. We're going to go to the NAM future simulator radar, and here we're going to start off with on Friday afternoon here. This is Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. and we're going to go a little bit forward here, and you can see some just very widely scattered showers. So we're really not talking about much in the way of the precipitation, and you can see as you go a little bit further in time here, as you get into Saturday morning, everything starts pushing back to the southwest here, and that's because we have an area of high pressure that is moving in from New England and retrograding to the southwest. Is going to force dry air into this away from the area here, so it'll push everything out to the southwest, and you won't have anything to deal with during your day on Saturday. You see everything's going southwest here. As we're moving this forward here, you see everything where it's going to the southwest here. Everything's moving southwest. So that's because of this high pressure over New England is sitting right here, sitting right over Maine here. It's going to be moving to the southwest here as we get into Sunday. So it's going to be improving conditions as we on your Saturday. Early clouds giving way to sunshine, we think, as this high pressure moves away down to the southwest. And then the same thing goes for Sunday, except for the clouds will already be out of here by then. Here is your day on Saturday. Again, high pressure moving to the southwest. Here's your high pressure sitting right here, clearing everything out from northeast to southwest. And we'll have improving conditions on Saturday with no showers expected. And then during a day on Sunday, we're going to have high pressure sitting right over top of us, and because of that, you have sinking air and no chance of precipitation whatsoever. So a very nice weekend coming up, and then we're going to continue that into early next week as we get into Monday. Here's Monday, high pressure again sitting right over top of the area. And same thing for Tuesday, sitting right over top of the area. You're going to see this system right here that's showing up here on the models, and that is the uncertainty with this hurricane that's coming up here, and or what's expected to be a hurricane. It's definitely not yet. We're only talking about Invest 96L, and this is what we're looking at right now with the system. Very disorganized, open wave, and it's not looking very good right now. Here, of course, here's Puerto Rico. Here's the Lesser Antilles right here that I'm circling, and this system is sitting right about here. So here's where your center of circulation is, right about here, just east of the Lesser Antilles, which are right here, and here is Puerto Rico right there. So this system is moving off to the west-northwest at about 23 miles per hour, so it's moving at a pretty good clip. But this is not showing any signs of organization anytime quickly. So until it is moving into an area where it is more favorable for development, but it is just not there yet. And in the meantime, we're just dealing with an unorganized system here. The models are having a very hard time deciding what is going to become of this system, and that's because at first we were talking about two different low centers, and it was trying to focus on the wrong one, and now it's seeing this very disorganized system, and it doesn't really know what to do with it. So as we get a little bit closer to this, we'll be able to narrow this down a little bit better here. We're going to start off with an interactive radar here. Of course, here's our system right here, and I'm going to show you a couple different scenarios. Most of everything takes it north of the islands now, so it takes it just on a path like this, and where it goes from this point right here is where the models disagree. Right about here, as it gets into the southern Bahamas, you have the Canadian that keeps it weak and takes it further to the west-northwest, and by doing that, it does allow it to strengthen once it gets over the Bahamas here. Hits Miami as a Category 1 hurricane, crosses Florida, and then it re-enters the Gulf, re-strengthens into a Category 2 hurricane. And then it takes a path kind of like this, right up over DC. So that's your Canadian model. That's today's Canadian model. And then you have the European model and the GFS that both recurve this system up to the north. The GFS takes it out here like this and takes it out to sea. The European model takes it up and then it takes it back towards the coast and then back out to sea like this. So it's kind of a crazy evolution here to the storm here. This is just another day with another set of solutions here. So we have a lot of things on the table. The ensembles are all over the place, but most of them are favoring an out to sea track. So if I were going to bet money on what the system is going to do, I'd say the system is going to head out to sea. These are about this, what the spaghetti plots look like. It's just all over the place, but most of the concentration of this is taking it offshore, but that does not mean that that's what's going to happen. And we're going to narrow this down as we get a little bit closer to figure out what this is going to do. Here's a look at the Canadian model here and what it did over Miami here. And it has a very strong hurricane that actually makes landfall here at Miami. And from that point, it reemerges over the Gulf of Mexico, Eastern Gulf, and re-intensifies and then just heads up the spine of the Appalachians. And by doing that, if it did take such a path like this, we would be dealing with some very heavy rain here as we got into the holiday weekend. So this is one of the worst case scenarios. We don't want to see this. Not from a wind and destruction standpoint. We're not going to be talking about a Sandy Part 2 or anything like that, because this is going over Florida. It'll be weakening over the mountains of the spine of the Appalachians, but the tremendous rainfall that would occur over the holiday weekend is something that would be probably a worst case scenario for us. Second thing here is the European model, and this is what this is doing here. It takes this system here very weakly here, not very strong, but it takes it up to the north here, and then it takes it a little bit, takes it on this jog northwest here, and then it winds up curving back northeast. So it's starting to get the idea that maybe there's something going on here where it might be a little bit closer before it takes it off to the northeast. GFS is just all the way east from start to finish here. The system comes up here like this. Doesn't keep it as a strong storm, but it pretty much takes on a path like this with no recurvature. So again, a lot of solutions on the table, a lot of time to figure out what's going to happen with the system here. There's no hurry in trying to rush this and try to come up with a solution that's just not going to be right. There's so many possibilities of what the storm can do, and a lot of it has to do with different players in the field as far as there's a trough that's digging down to out of the northeast United States with an upper level low. If that kicks out a little bit faster, you might have a little bit of room for this system move up a little bit further and closer to the coast here, because if there's going to be a ridge, a area of high pressure that's going to build over top of it, which will force it to the northwest. That is a possibility as well. So there's so many things on the table here. I don't want to get anybody excited and think we're getting this big storm here, big hurricane, with could very well be a storm for the fishes. And that looks like, as I'm looking at everything right now, it looks like at least a 50% chance of that happening. So just stay with us for the next couple of days. We're going to try to narrow this down as we get a little bit closer, but there's really nobody that can, in the right mind, that can sit here and say with certainty that they know what's going to happen with the system. It's just really, there's so many things that can happen. So we'll just have to wait and see, and we will prepare you as soon as possible when we know something for certain. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for August 22nd, 2014. Have a great Friday.